Today I've been looking actually at the brain and how the brain reacts to microgravity. In a sense, it's a very simple experiment because we do before we take off with the parabolic flight, we do an MRI measurement with a scanner in a hospital in Bordeaux, and then after the flight we do the same. And then we look at the image of the brain, and by subtracting both images before and after microgravity by parabolic flight, we hope to see changes. These changes, it's called neuroplasticity. And neuroplasticity is something we all know somehow. I can give the example of a bicycle. If you are a kid and you ride a bicycle, or you try, you fall over all the time because you can't do it. And then suddenly, like this, you can do it. And it's very tricky. Why? But somewhere in the brain there must be some connections, something which is happening. Well, actually we want to do the same to find out how is the brain reacting to microgravity. Where does changes take place? In the brain, well, we all know it is a very, very complicated system with a lot of connections actually. And it's the connections which make differences between people, why people can make some logical reasoning and other people can do it less, or be creative, or other type of habits. It has much to do with the connections in the brain. And these connections sometimes are also missing when in patients, for instance. So we want to look with this methodology of looking at the brain before and after such a huge impact as microgravity. We want to find out where does the changes take place which are related to dizziness, motion sickness, fluid shifts, things which really happen in astronauts and cosmonauts, but the same during onboard on this parabolic flight. By using the model of pre and post parabolic flight, we hope to find regions which are particularly busy and continuing to change all the time to adapt to microgravity, because it's known that people who fly the first day, well, many of them are ill if they don't take medication, but the second day or the third day they are much better. So there must have been changes in the brain, real changes. That's what I want to look at. The methodology of MRI methods we use is a bit different than the normal ones. We look at diffusion in the neural tracts. And I can explain it simply by saying, suppose you have a helicopter and you stay with this helicopter like one day on top of a big city, Amsterdam or Brussels or London, but this camera of this helicopter has not the power to see the buildings. Only the people who are moving on their bike, walking, or in the cars. After one day, you will have a map of this city. You will know the main roads, the smaller roads, the places where things are happening, or are big streams of connectivity. That's what we do with this methodology of tractography by diffusion techniques in MRI.